In this video, we are going to look at seeding our database in our Laravel Jetstream application. So first thing we need to think about, what is database seeding? So we have a look at Wikipedia. Database seeding is populating a database with an initial set of data. It's common to load seed data, such as initial user accounts or dummy data, upon initial setup of an application. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to create some users by seeding them in our database. So let's have a look. We've got our Laravel Jetstream application already installed. We've got it here in our editor. So if we go to the database seeding page on the Laravel website, let's have a look at what we need to do. So first thing we want to do is generate a seeder. So let's copy this artisan command here, go back over to our project, have a look in our database folder here. We'll see we've got seeders, and we've got this one here already called database seeder. So we're going to have a look at that in a second, but let's just run our command to create our user seeder. So we see here, we run that, and now we have this. So whatever we put in this run function here is what's going to run, funnily enough. So we want to create users. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how users are currently created. So let's go to app, actions, Fortify, create new user.php. So this is the file that currently deals with creating users. So if we went to our register page on our application, we'll see we've got a form that takes in a name, email, password, and confirmation of password. That's what's going to come to this file here. It's going to get validated, and then if everything passes the validation, it's going to create the user using this. So we're just interested in this bit because we don't need to do any validation because we're putting the information in ourselves. So let's just paste that into here. Get rid of that. And we want to create two users. So what we'll do is we'll create an array with our users, and then we will loop over those users, and on each iteration of our loop we will use this bit of code here to create our users. So let's create our array with our users. Okay, so each user is going to be an array, and it needs to have a name, an email, and a password. So name. So we're going to create two users, as I said. We're going to have one that's an admin and one that's just on. We're not actually going to give them any particular roles or permissions, but we're going to do that in the next video. So for now, we're just going to create the users. Email, admin, password. Let's make the password. I know you shouldn't do that, but this isn't a live application. It's easy to remember. Okay, and John, let's just put it in. Let's just change that, and we'll give this a different password. Okay, I will run a for each. Users as user. We'll just pop this in there. And we can see we've got input here. That's because it's from our create new user file, but we'll just change that for user. And then we need to make sure that we use the hash. So let's go to the top. I'm just going to copy it from here. In, and we need to also use the user model. So use app models user. Now we could just call this user seeder individually, or we can include it in this database seeder and put it in this run function here, which is what we're going to do. The advantage of this is if we've got loads of seeders, which we probably will by the end of this building this application, then we can run them all with one command. So let's go back over to the Laravel website. Let's have a look. We want to call additional seeders. yeah, so if we just copy this and paste it into our run, get rid of those. See, yeah, for example, you might have posts and comments that you want to seed, but we're just doing users for now. Okay, save that. And now if we take a look at our database, we'll see we currently don't have any users in the user table. So let's see what function we need to run. Sorry, which commands we need to run. Yeah, so you can see here, this is one we're going to do. But if you wanted to just do the user seeder, you can add that bit there. So let's just copy and paste that. Paste that into here. Just remembered I need to actually include the user seeder up here. Let's see, how do I actually do this? Okay, now let's try run that. Okay, we can see that's done down there. So now if we go back to our database and refresh that, hopefully we've got our new users. Yeah. Okay, so if we now try and sign in with these users, it should work. So that's our register form. Go to login, and password was password. And we can see we've logged in as admin. So you can see how details are there. And let's try the other user, which was john@codinggoblin.com. And the password was password2. And that's also worked. So that's how you seed your database with users specifically. In the next video, we're going to look at giving our users roles and permissions, and we'll be using seeding again to help us do that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.